this season as they look to return to the English Football League. Braintree Town, meanwhile, safety still needs to be secured today, but other than a miracle, this is where they'll be playing their football for next season. Welcome to the Rare Breed Meatco Stadium, where there is still business to do. So then it will be the Dale who will get this game underway. The Dale adorning their white jersey, Braintree in their trademark orange. And we are indeed underway here at the Rare Breed Meatco Stadium. Killian Barrett will look to launch it long, and he does subsequently. And I think that's a free kick instantly given to the Iron. That there, Ryan East, back to Ebanks Landor, and he will look out wide to Bayebu. And he in turn will find Devante Rodney. They're exploiting the width of this pitch, are Rochdale. And it goes back to Devante Rodney, who will peer it across goal. The clearance from Ryan Clampin didn't get particularly far, and that there was the first chance of the game. Certainly brought the voice in the Braintree, so the corner will be taken on the far side, and it will float in. There's the header from Ebanks Landor. And it fizzes wide. Another headed chance there for Rochdale. One that they can't take. And all right, they're enjoying possession, Liam. But when they're first to the headers, Braintree have more than just a problem on their hands.
It's a bit not too far away in terms of being on the edge of the box there. But Cooper will look to in-swing this ball. And he does. He goes back to Judge. Judge will strike and roll it.
Looked like a tame pass actually to Alan Judge. Didn't have a lot on it. And it felt like he stretched for it there, Alan Judge. And okay, a half chance, but there's not going to be many chances presented to Braintree Town.
Needs to do better, Shay Cooper, and it's quite surprising actually. I was just actually saying there's been a bit of rotation.
Oh, here comes Bird, getting the better of George Langston. Sorry, Liam. Bird, who's been one of the sources of problems for Braintree Town today, getting the better of the Braintree Town captain.
Who beat Braintree last time out?
In the playoffs.
Well, Woolstone are making them look like very easy. They're doing their job, and as you say, Dagenham and Redbridge, well, they will not be. Those fans will be checking the scores in the stadium as the ball.
Here's Blackwell, or here's Lisby. Lisby and Blackwell almost bundling into one another. And, well, the clubhouse end, I don't know if you can hear it, it's found its voice again. There was a half chance there for Braintree, and the cross, it looked teasing, perhaps didn't have enough power on it to be immediately directed towards goal. But, well, out of nowhere really, Braintree creating a chance.
Massive chance for Braintree. We're looking maybe that Blackwell could have got on the end of it, but Lisby appeared from nowhere to create the chance, and now Braintree do have a corner. And the ball will go into the box and headed, and Francis Clark's challenging. Lisby's trying to flick off to the bar and for a corner.
It wasn't within Blackwell's vision, I don't think, there. Langston, though, Braintree's skipper, who has led pretty much by example so far this season, he looks to find Kyrell Lisby, and Lisby perhaps through on goal, and he takes his shots. In the end, he will give away a free kick. Robinson looked to take the shot in the end, but well, that's the first time Lisby, at least centrally, has caused maybe course watch on DAZN as well as all the other playoff games. But what will their form be heading into that game? Because here is Clampin probing on the far side. He finds Kyrell Lisby, Tom Blackwell, it's floating around, and Lisby, it bubbles in! Relief! Rigour! And for Braintree, it could mean everything. Kyrell Lisby has been their shining light this season, and he dazzles yet again.
Unbelievable play from Braintree. Unbelievable play by Ryan Clampin. He loves getting up on that left-hand side from that full-back position, and it was just bouncing around in the box. You're thinking, someone's got to put this in. Is it going to be Blackwell? Well, the ball actually came to Lisby. He fired with his left foot, missed kick, trickled up into the air, and found itself in the back of the net. Wow. What a moment for Braintree. They're doing their job. Even more relief for Braintree is that is the half-time whistle. What an end to the half, Ben.
What's an end to the half? Before the second half, we'll give you a bit more context about how the survival picture looks. But in short, here at the Rare Breed Meatco Stadium, Braintree Town are doing their job. Why? Because Kyrell Lisby has given them a precious 1-0 lead. Make sure you join us after the break. Well, that would be a home win against each of the top 4 sides, which again would be indicative of how successful they've been at home, particularly under Steve Pitt. And here Braintree Town come again. Lisby plays it to Clampin, who plays it to Blackwell. That's a stunning block there from Liam Hogan, who has made his mark instantly from off the bench. And they're lurking on the edge of the box, and Ebanks Landell, he looked like I thought he was pushed, and he is incensed there. He is demanding a penalty decision, and well, Braintree Town seemingly getting away with something there.
Brother of Kyrell Lisby, the goal scorer today, he went back to Colchester. He's had a fantastic cameo for Colchester. Shay Cooper has the ball now for Braintree, trying to find Kyrell Lisby, and it will find its way now to Lisby. Kyrell Lisby cuts it. Lisby puts it in the back of the net. He's done it again. He shrugs his shoulders. This is what he does. And it's 2-0 at the Rare Breed Meat Coast Stadium, and it's Kyrell Lisby again, right on cue, Ben.
It's Kyrell, and it's clubhouse end carnage. Their favourite son, so delicate, so devastating, and you can hear this place. Safety grows in sight of the horizon, and Kyrell Lisby is a big reason why. Didn't look like he'd get to the ball, Liam, but my word, he took his chance.
And so much confidence. He put the ball in the back of the net. He turned to the clubhouse end. He said, this is what I do. This is what I've been doing all season. And what a fantastic player this young man is, and someone that Braintree Town will look to keep, someone that Braintree Town are so much faith in this season. And well, as I said, it's Kyrell Lisby, and he has done it again. Quality as Langston fires the ball in again from the throw. They've looked so composed, especially in this second half. Judge there again, as composed as you can be. Shay Cooper now on his right hand side looks to fire the ball into the box towards Annesley. Annesley headers down.
Wowzers, I thought that was bobbling before Killian Barrett, but he was able to retrieve the ball. But this is Braintree Town at their very best.
Braintree have calmed down, and as they've become more stable in this game, it's allowed Francis Clark to just get into the game. As Shay Cooper now will have a shot from distance, and that one will hit the top of the clubhouse, and well, it's in the car park. And is that the third or the fourth football that we're going to need for today's game?
I think that is going to be a change for Braintree Town. Cameron McPherson looks like he's coming on.
Coming on, number 23, Cameron McPherson.
So Cameron McPherson makes way for Alan Judge makes way for Cameron McPherson. McPherson, who, well, maybe hasn't had the limelight shone on him this season, but it will be his place on the pitch when the celebrations are a 100-mile trip down into Essex. And it isn't going to yield what they wanted. For Braintree Town, the darkness peered onto their shoulders, but they reached the finish line just in time. Their place in the National League is safe for another year. Kyrell Lisby on this day, on this final match day, was the glaring difference for Rochdale. Rochdale, they will head into the playoffs, it looks like, to play Southend, but we'll see them in a few days' time, May the 14th, which of course you can watch on DAZN. But here in the Rare Breed Meat Coast Stadium, Braintree's aim has been achieved. Winners against Rochdale.